AI will replace healthcare workers within 3 years. I just got back from a medical AI conference, and one of the keynote speakers said something that really shook me. He said that AI is going to replace most of the healthcare workforce within 3 years. Not assist, not augment, replace. That includes doctors, nurses, physical therapists, respiratory therapists, support staff. The list goes on. Basically, AI will handle diagnostics, documentation, and all patient communication from scheduling to billing to medical records. I don't think healthcare providers will go away entirely, but medicine is going to look a lot different in the coming years. Hopefully it'll be for the better. What do you think?
What's happening? It's your boy Papa Duck back with another video. Like, comment, and subscribe. This video is brought to you by Ubuntu Apparel.com. All the information gonna be in the description of this video. Go to the website, show your support, man. Listen, if you just paid attention to the video I just showed you, you must understand this is serious, right? So if you or your little one is going to college or is in college, make sure you're going to get a higher education that is not going to be compromised by AI. Right? I've been seeing a lot of people online, you know, going to these ceremonies, saluting their people. They people just graduated. They people just got this and achieved that. But what I'm trying to explain to you is this. I see that totally different. When I see somebody who's just went and graduated from high school or graduated from college or any type of institution, that lets me know that all they're going to do is go and work in a field that's going to help build the powers that be empire. That's how backwards we are. And again, this has nothing to do with God. When you see people crying, they made it. They just graduated. They got that master's degree. Now it's time to go in the field. Not build God's land. Not build your legacy, but to build the powers that be legacy. And I want y'all to pay attention to that. Right? If you're not participating in these seminars, you're not knowing what's the next move going to be like the guy in the video I just showed you. He's telling you if you're going in the medical field, you might want to change your profession. I actually saw another guy. He's a radiologist, right? Well, he do X-rays. My bad. Whatever. He do X-rays, and now they got AI that can read X-rays. And he said, "I'm about to go to Walmart, man, and hopefully they'll give me a job because he's out of a job now." Ass backwards, man. I keep telling y'all, this has nothing to do with God, man. These white folk done told us, just get on your knees and pray. God gonna come fix everything while they run amok, while they own everything. Come on, bro. It's time to wake up, bro. At the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you how backwards we are, right, as a people. And it's not our fault. I keep telling y'all that. Don't fault yourself, right? You was born in a world where these people had shit going on, and they didn't ask your consent. They didn't put you on game. You just a participant in another man's world. And that's why I say us as black men, we can't call ourselves men because we living under another man's ideologies. Don't get upset. It's just the truth. We go to their jails. We go to their courts. They put stipulations on us. They put child support on us. We didn't come up with that construct, right? We can't go put child support on them and their kids and their children. We can't do none of that. They do it to us. That's why I say we're not free. We're just been assimilated, meaning we don't have our own White House or black party. We don't have our own nothing. They say you're free from working, but come over here and still be under our dictatorship. That's not freedom. But what I'm trying to explain y'all this, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna tell y'all how backwards we are, right? When it comes to money. Money is just a tool, right? That's all it is. If you had a son, he's 6'4", 210 pounds, he's solid, big dude. How can they utilize that big ball of energy? Make them work. Anything on American soil, you're helping them build their empire. Or he'll be a police officer. He's going to help us, right, and not even know it, by keeping the people back, by going and when we send them out to this field, he's going to go to the projects or he's going to go here. He's going to do our dirty work and not even know it. I told y'all they got rid of the castle because you could point at the castle and say, those are the people that are dictating my life. When you talk about the peasants back in the days, right? No, fast forward, they got rid of the castle and they gave you government. Government has thousands and thousands of pillars, right? To the point, if you got a problem with your anything dealing with politics or any bill they pass, if you got a problem with anything dealing with the government, who the fuck you gonna call? Who are you going to text, email? Who? You don't know who to call. This is by design. And when the people they do tell you to call, come on, bro. You ain't going to reach the White House. So what I'm trying to explain y'all is, let me get back to what I'm saying. When it comes to money, I'm going to tell you how ass backwards how they got us ass backwards. Don't fault yourself. Money went from being backed by gold, right? So when you had gold was too heavy. You trade the gold in, they give you fiat currency, bills, notes, right, to compensate for the gold. Fast forward, we've been using money so long, they got rid of the gold. So the money ain't backed by gold no more. It's just backed by the belief that it's worth something. And if you think I'm playing, a nigga will take your life, or anybody will take your life for a little stack of money, for the belief that it's worth something, right? Now, fast forward, this is what's going to blow your mind. I always say this. I use this same analogy. So if you heard it before, okay. If you build a house and it took you a whole year to build it, right? Foundation, you build a house, you're away from your family, you back and forth to work, you fighting traffic, dropping the kids off. You're doing all this for a whole year. And when you finally finish that house, you know what they're going to give you? They're going to give you some numbers and zeros in a system in exchange for your sweat equity. That's how fucked up we are. They don't give you gold. That's God's money. They don't even give you money no more. They just put some numbers and zeros. 1 0 0 0 0 0. That's $100,000. No, the fuck that ain't. Even the smartest person with all kind of college degrees and all this type of stuff, they don't even look at it like that. Think about what I'm saying, bro. I told you, they don't teach you to think. They teach you what to think. They teach you to be obedient. And if you talk back or you ask questions, then you seen as an outcast. Like when you go to your grandma's house, you say anything about God or Jesus. Oh man, you an outcast. You a misfit. They even put this in movies. When the guy trying to win the dad and the mama over and the grandma or whoever, when they trying to win them over to date their daughter or their granddaughter, the first thing they gonna ask you about is Jesus. A lot of niggas go to church right now just to satisfy their mother-in-law. Don't even want to go. Meaning they forfeited their personal beliefs for the herd. Let me say that again. You got niggas right now going to church trying to appease their mother-in-laws, knowing they don't want to go. And a lot of people go to church, and a lot of people do a lot of things because of what other people think about them. So that means you forfeit how you personally feel for the herd. Meaning, damn how you feel. You know what I mean? You're going to go do, because the herd say go. That's what they call social norms. Society will teach you what to wear, what not to wear. What to say, what not to say. What to go, what not to go. All right? You must understand how this goes. But that's why I try to sometimes break this down from a psychological standpoint, because a lot of times these people, they use psychology on us. You have to know how the brain works. I'm going to do another video about this example I saw. And it showed where 3 people were sitting down, and they knew what was going on. It's just people that walked in didn't know. So anytime they hear this sound, these people stand up and they'll sit down. Other people looking at them who don't know what the joke is or don't know what this project is, they just looking like, what the hell? Sound go off again, they go up and they sit down. By the 3rd time that sound went off, guess what? The people that didn't know what was going on, they stood up and sit down. They do all type of tests on us. They know how the brain works. I told y'all, they hire neuroscientists to write treatments for marketing products. And this, depending on the product and depending on what demographic they trying to market to, they're going to write a treatment that's going to relate to your right or left brain. You must know the difference. You must know the difference from your logical side, right, to your other side. And this is how these commercials hook you without you even knowing. Don't you know programs like you can say CapCut, you can say what's the other program, the main one, man, the one they do the graphics on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm buying you everywhere. But anyway, the program that they do the graphics on, right? Don't you know these programs were created for manipulation? You didn't know that? These programs, the when they do graphics, when they do the album covers and they doing advertisement for a product, these programs was created for manipulation. When you look at that hamburger, they'll make the water on the lettuce look appealing. They make the lettuce and they make the onions and the motherfucking tomato look this and that. And when you go there to buy it, don't look nothing like that. You must know how this works, okay? How the brain works. And when it's even worse because they are creating a society that induces that even more. They are shaping the way you see the world. This has nothing to do with God. I keep saying that because I don't like when people always try to throw God into something. No, nigga, this is man. Man got you getting up every day, going to work, working for a boss that you don't like, right? In a world that God put here for us, like to do shit that we want to do. But they've created this matrix, this society that keeps us working, keeps us moving, not God. I don't like when people say, God bless me with a job. God ain't gonna bless you. God ain't gonna bless you with a good job. A job that stemmed, right, from slavery. If you look at a lot of these businesses, if you work for Wells Fargo been around since the 1800s. God blessed you to go work for a fucking company that was brought off the backs of slaves. People who died, right? People who went through all type of stuff, bro. We can't even imagine what they went through when you talk about buck breaking. If you don't know what buck breaking is, you take the biggest slave and put him in front of everybody and you break them down. Some of them tied horses to them and made them rip them right in half in front of everybody. Right? Did all type of other stuff, with the, right in front of everybody. Made another man take his manhood. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like to say the word motherfucker, because it comes from when they sold slaves, it was depending on how big the slave was. So if a mother produced, like we used to be oxes, like we used to be real big back in the day, but these motherfuckers done fucked the food system up. Now we coming out skinny, scrawny. But anyway, back then we was big, muscular. We came out look like we was lifting weights. So if your mother produced that type of man, they would make the mother fuck. They would make the son have sex with the mother. They'll put a bag over their head. And this is where you get the term motherfucker from. And they'll make the son have sex with the mother trying to produce that strand of slave. It's just like breeding dogs. It's the same thing. Sad but true. But this is why I tell y'all, bro, once you really know what's going on with this world, a lot of stuff that you might deem to be an issue, you don't even think about that shit. Black relationships is a problem. But when you see the core problem, what we have, black relationships will be the last thing on your mind. We're not stupid people. We're not dumb people. We're just living in a society that is governed and ran by a group of people, right? That has painted our perception and our projection, right? Gave us limited resources, right? And made sure that we ended up just where we are. You don't see no other race on TV being exploited like us, right? You don't. We are saw at under this light, and it's not by us. That's why I don't like to point fingers at people. I'm not pointing my fingers at you. You're not responsible for your condition. And this is why I always say, if the Bible was a book that can help us get out of our current conditions, we would have never been introduced to it. Nothing that's been introduced to us is to help us. You got to be crazy to think this. And I'm not saying you can believe what you want to believe, but like I tell people, your ignorance ain't going to save you, right? It's not, bro. It's not. I'm not saying don't believe in God. I'm just telling you don't believe in what they're trying to sell you. Okay? Don't you do that. But like I say, man, when you coming into this world and the things that's happening has already been put forth before you, the Constitution has been written to the point where dead people make more money than people that's living. Like, this shit all fucked up. But if you don't snap out this damn reality, especially as a black man, bye-bye. That's all I can tell you. You is cooked. You locked in box, homie. You is locked in box. If your grandma could come back right now and tell you, and can come to you and tell you, baby, they lied to us. We the only motherfuckers gotta die to go to heaven. While everybody can enjoy it right here. I'm gonna say this last thing, I'm gonna let y'all go. Right? Remember this. God will never bless you with money to buy shit that he put here for free. If you can figure that out, you halfway there. You halfway there. And don't get in your feelings. Don't get in your emotions. You have to figure a way to fight this enemy, not in your emotions. Go read the book on The Art of War. It teaches you how to take your disadvantages and make them to your advantages. If you skinny and you fight somebody that fat, that means you faster than them. They slower than you. But you have to have this type of mentality. That's why I say go read the book. Don't get in your feelings, because wars ain't always fought physically. You can't do nothing emotionally. So, it's your boy Papa Duck. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all share this video. Put your comments. This is a community where we all can talk and, you know, get some things out and just, you know, have dialect. But one thing I'm going to tell y'all, man, I do come with good intentions. Don't take nothing I say, man. Go research it for yourself, okay? And bring it back to the hive. Don't hide it. You know what I'm saying? Bring it back. But like I tell y'all, man, in order for you to be found, you must first be lost. I will holler at y'all on the next one, man. Peace.